their cruel kingdom. Caution, red smoke. Subject, red smoke. Warrenbach employees. Date, March 18th, 1994. Caution, for those involved with our construction processes, we caution your use of combustion or heat-based elements within environments containing red smoke. Due to the nature of its composition, when exposed to the right pressure conditions, the gas has been tested to react to high temperatures. While its use above can be regulated by environmental sensors and the correct filter equipment, the environments below are not yet afforded such luxuries, which is why the advanced piping leading from our production centers above is first on your docket. With higher natural pressure below, the matter is all the more urgent. We caution against the use of lighters, lanterns, and other small objects that produce heat. For necessary machinery, we require the use of nitrous cooling equipment to stabilize vehicle temperatures. As always, we wish for quick and efficient work. However we might help in this matter, simply let us know. Our thanks, the science staff. I heard something. I got scared. I'm grabbing this again just in case. Flare hand. Press the hand trigger to launch built-in flares. In dark areas, use flares to light your path forward. Rope, oil, and other resources can be burnt on contact. Shoot at the wrong thing, and the results can be deadly. Thank you. Don't harm yourself or other employees. What's the time? Playtime! Oh my god, was that it? Oh my god, that was it. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Riley journal entry number 1. Crossed out 2 weeks since the fire. August 8th, 1994. Riley, age 12. First week at Playcare. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I wanted it to be. There are a lot of people here and they've given a lot to me. A room, a roof, a big pink bed, girly toys, I'm a little too old for that, and a journal. The adults encourage me to talk to the other kids, but I'm not sure what to say to them. Most of them have been here almost their whole lives, or at least they were young enough that they can't remember what they lost. My parents loved, protected, and taught me, and I'm not sure the others even remember what that's like. They don't know what they don't have, but I do. I remember a lot. I try to be kind to them, though, even if there's very little I can say. Right now, I think I prefer it like that. The nice counselor who said I was quiet told me that I could say whatever I wanted in my journal and it would only be for me. Make 2 lists, she said. One with what's important to me right now, in this moment, and the other being why. She said it might help me. I'm going to try it. What's important to me? That the nice counselor cares enough about me to try to make me feel at home. Trying to get comfortable here, even if it's not home, it's all I have now. That my life matters, since it can be lost so quickly. That my parents' lives mattered too. Why? Because I'm scared. Anything can happen in an instant and leave you with nothing, and because of that, I'm scared that nothing matters. But I want to feel happy again, really I do, and it's important to me right now, in this moment, that someone here cares that I feel at home, even if I'm not. Riley journal entry number 2, January 14th, 1995. being chosen. The other kids talk about it a lot. I still don't know what that's about exactly. If it means being adopted, I'm not sure I even want that. What's important to me? Figuring out if I even want to be adopted. Trying to feel what the other kids seem to feel day in and day out. Why? If I was happy like them and could feel it like that, maybe I'd appreciate everything more. Maybe I'd want to be chosen too. February 10th, 1995. I've been chosen. Dr. White chose me. For a while I didn't know how I wanted to be or how I'd feel if I was, but really I think I'm happy. There were interviews, of course, but I didn't think any of those couples actually liked me. Too anxious, too quiet, doesn't get along with the other kids. And good test scores don't always make a good kid, they'd often say. But I guess somebody liked me. I asked if I could take my journal. They said yes, but I wanted to write this out before I leave. I haven't felt like this since before the incident, since my parents. The lists Miss Harper told me about have helped me a lot in recent months, and now I think I have more for the first list than ever. What's important to me? That I still try to be the girl my parents raised. Live by their values so that a part of them is still here so that their lives mattered. Being good to myself and to whoever takes me in. Staying happy. Finding more friends. Getting used to a new home. Growing up to help kids that were like me. Start an orphanage, like Elliot Ludwig, and fill it with toys and good people. Spooked? I have not seen anything on this one. Riley journal entry number 3. Date? Question mark. This wasn't what I thought, what anyone thought. They took me somewhere. Not out, but under, deep beneath everything. They gave me a shot and I went to sleep. Maybe that was days ago. Maybe it was weeks. I remember images. My skin opened up like flower petals. A man who looked like a doctor digging around inside me, taking things out. I remember feeling his touch through my ribs and into the back of my spine. I remember hearing a snap. Everywhere was red. When I woke up, everything hurt, so I screamed. Hours and hours of screaming. I stopped once I knew no one was listening. I'm not me anymore. My body is not my body. My hands are not my hands. I try to brush the hair I still feel at my shoulders and touch nothing. I can't separate my fingers, even though I can almost feel them move. It's like nothing of what I feel actually is. Maybe that's been true for a while now. I'm in a room that isn't so different from the one I had in the orphanage. Everything's nailed down. I've been here a long time. I'm trying to write the lists that helped before, but I've dropped the pen 3 times. I don't know what else to do. Why did I survive if this was all I'd get? What did it all mean if this is where it put me? This can't be all there is. What's important to me? Waking up from this nightmare. Getting out. Getting back to being me. Why? Because I'd started to like life again before, and none of this should be real. Riley journal entry number 4. The room started moving. I'm not sure what that means or where I might be going. I'm scared, but I'm trying to. Something happened. Everything is upside down. There's a hole in the room, but everything outside is so loud. They're screaming everywhere. I'm better off in here for now. I'll cover the hole with something. It sounds like everything is quiet now. Don't think it's even been an hour since it all started. No one's tried to get in here. I think I'm going to head outside. There are bodies everywhere, piles and piles. They look like me. Oh God, what is happening? Finally calmed down. Have to be calm. Have to think clearly. Have to get out. I'm going to see if anyone is around. There's a man inside the construction vehicle. I tried banging on the glass. I don't think he can hear me, and he isn't moving. Have to get back to my room where it's safe, figure out what happens now. Riley, journal entry number 5. This place is a prison. I don't know what I thought it'd be, but it wasn't this. I mean, what did I do wrong? They made me into this and put me in a cell. There must be hundreds, maybe even thousands of others here. How could this happen? There's no food here, only the bodies, and I refuse to eat them. The train. That's what takes everyone here. The conductor's dead, but he has a key that makes the train move. I don't know if there are people elsewhere or if they intend to come back here with more like me. I'll take the key, make sure no one else can come here. I'll put it where no one can find it. I don't know how little or how much my life mattered, but I can do this. This one thing. Maybe it'll save someone, anyone, even just one person. That would be enough. Nobody else should hear what I've had to hear inside this place. Nobody else should know hell like this, or the demons that live there. What's important? That I helped someone the way I wanted to someday when I thought I was adopted. That my life mattered to someone. Why? So that I'll know, wherever I go now, hopefully to my parents, that I fulfilled a little of what I said I would and made life just a little better for someone else, even if this place took everything else. The door? Fuck you.
Hey, Cole.
Hey, Norm.
2 o'clock, huh? Best time of the day.
Yeah.
So, what block are you again?
North.
Can't say I hear much about that one.
You wouldn't.
High security?
Highest security.
Cushy. No, we get in the east. Toys banging on the walls, crying for their parents, their counselors, whatever. It goes all day and night, and it just wears on you, you know? I'd kill for a little security. And quiet.
Right. Right. Know what we get in the North? Things. Whatever they aren't people anymore. Their cells might as well be cages. They are animals. Sick. Twisted. Just instincts and anger. That's all that's left of them.
Sure, but at least then it's not like yelling at your own kids for them to be quiet, though, you know? I mean, if you had to listen to them. Oh, great.
So much for our 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we really do have it rough, don't we?
I just want to know. I got it! Weekly checkup 1172. Week ending December 23rd, 94. Subject 1172. Original procedure date November 90. Reasons for observation: emotional dysregulation, overactive autonomic nervous system, acute stress response, episodes consisting of shaking, heavy breathing, and decreased concentration. Observations. When given sorry, when given writing implements, 1172 has communicated, to the best of her ability, high levels of stress, feelings of impending doom, and a strong desire to return to her previous living quarters. These reported feelings and accompanying symptoms began following 1172's transfer to the shelf, and originally rendered her unable to complete assigned tasks. Recently, however, 1172 has shown gradual but steady improvements. Research staff have noted a drop in number of emotional episodes as well as shortened duration when they do occur. One factor for this improvement is believed to be scheduled periods of supervised socialization with other subjects within the block. This measure was personally requested by Stella Graber and has had a positive impact not only on 1172 but several other subjects. Subject continues to rub the fur on her arms, most likely unconsciously in response to stress. Conclusion. At this rate, it's believed 1172 will not need corrective intervention, medically or otherwise, after all. While still reporting negative feelings, subject is back to a state of functioning such that she can return to her tasks. For the time being, the research team recommends physical work in a quiet setting. Transfer out. Transfer destination storage B, department production. Oh no. Cole, journal entry number 1. Cole Vaughn. Reassignment. Old Cole isn't a resource extraction specialist anymore. He's a shelf keeper, basically a prison guard. I don't know how I should feel about that. The letter they sent me seemed nice enough, commending me for fixing their mistakes. I should be grateful, I suppose, but I know I'll wake up tomorrow and the reality will hit me as it has every morning since the incident. My friends are gone. Dozens went in to clean up their mess, but only a handful came back. That guilt ate me up. Probably always will. Those of us left got a pat on the back for doing what was expected and were promptly dropped into whatever new role Playtime could find for us. Me, they put me down here with them. The things that killed my friends. That would kill me, too, if they had their way. I've sat alone in my apartment for countless nights now, thinking it all through. Faces of my friends and my coworkers and their families, they all came to me. In the morning, I'm there with the monsters who killed them. Maybe I'm exactly where I need to be. I can make sure they stay down here in the deepest, darkest hole imaginable. Right where they belong. Oh, there's another one.
It's a tail. It's a tail.
Oh God! No! 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 Doctor! Doctor! What's going on? What's happening? It's...
Yes. Yes, I can hear it. They've staged quite the rebellion. Remarkable. 1006.
How could this happen? There's fail-safes, security measures. They... It's impossible.
Personal agendas have long been the downfall of this company. Is it unreasonable to believe they were conspirators? Playtime is filled with vipers and backstabbers.
But... But without executive access, how could anyone even get through? Lathe, Stella, Eddie... Only the four of us have that kind of clearance.
Does any of that matter now? It's your life we have to protect. You have executive access.
For all the good it does me.
Opening a door at a time won't get me to the exit. Not with those things everywhere. You didn't see what I saw. You didn't see the trail of limbs down the hall. Didn't hear the things eating. The wet crunches of bones. God, There is something you can do, Warden. I can help you.
How? You're stuck in there. You can't.
My body's here. Sure. But
E-L-L-P-P-I.
my mind. What? The Omni Hand. If you give it to me, I can get you anywhere. I'll have control over everything. I can shut some doors, open others. I can make you a pathway that leads right to the exit.
I don't know.
If you want to wait to get torn to pieces, that's your prerogative. But look at your immediate options, Warden. What choice other than this gets you out of here alive?
I'm giving you the tool. Just get me out of here. Please.
Of course. You've made a smart decision, Warden. I promise I'll get you out of here safe and sound.
Oh no. Weekly Checkup 1424, week ending April 21st, 1995. Subject 1424. Original procedure date January 95. Reasons for observation: disorganized behavior, thought disorder, confusion, memory loss, catalepsy. Observations: subject has only fleeting moments of true awareness. Though physically capable of speech, 1424's speech is incoherent, mumbled, and rare. Furthermore, will rarely respond to any questions or commands directly, seemingly disconnected cognitively from their surroundings. Subject's catatonic state is accompanied by catalepsy, a condition which causes loss of muscle coordination and a rigidity of the body. For example, when in this state, if staff raise one of the subject's limbs, subject will not lower it or even seem aware of the stimuli. Subject will eat if food is placed directly in the mouth and will occasionally respond if called by their birth name, though this is rare. Conclusion: the exact cause of 1424's symptoms remain unknown, but were present immediately following their original procedure. No change. Then the department head did not fill out the bottom part. Shame on them. Prisoner Profile Experiment 1166. Assigned position pending. Behavior. Characteristic for these early ilk, 1166 demonstrates an acute lack of higher cognitive function. Complex reasoning, speech, problem solving, and greater introspection all appear either severely limited or altogether non-functional. Physically, it's what it needs to be. Strong, agile, swift, and yet I'd hoped for a greater mind behind it. However, 1166 displays an odd sense of loyalty to a select few security staff, who nauseatingly feel some kind of sympathy for it, indicative of domesticated dogs and cats. This means its will can be bent. It feels, it fears. I believe this is our first sign of progression, that our processes, while admittedly still rudimentary, are showing us where more work need be done and that improvements are possible. Still, 1166, Yarnaby, is an odd, funny little creature. The way it sits in the corner and watches me, playing its funny little music. I'm glad this request was taken seriously. I got a good laugh out of it. It amuses me. Conclusion: I'm going to isolate it. It'll have contact with no one but me. Considering my importance to the project, it's doubly important that I'm properly protected at all times. And besides, I might get a good laugh or two at the pathetic little sounds it makes. By the time I'm done with it, I'll be its entire world. It'll know nothing else. Signature, Dr. Harley Sawyer. I remember I didn't get to look through any of these beforehand. Ooh, which note is this? 1163. We found it. Yay. Prisoner Profile Experiment 1163. Assigned Position Testing. Behavior. Much like its predecessors, 1163 displays none of the typical human qualities. Whatever's left of the bright, joyful bundle of laughter, per the counselor's report, appears limited, or altogether depleted. A shame, I suppose. I grow tired of creating mindless invalids. 1160 had his uses, but 1163 lacks the cunning or the size for a similar role, and that's not what the initiative is about anyway. 1163's temperament is like that of a rabid animal. It snaps at perceived motion, eats whatever it fits in its mouth regardless of appetite, combats the conditioning staff, and it cannot even play its insipid piano rhythms in tune. This is the Pianosaurus. Perhaps one of the others from its line would have presented better music. Had any of these actions been a result of conscious thought, perhaps I would be intrigued. I am not intrigued. Conclusion, use 1163 for testing. If it survives, keep it there. However, I don't expect it to. This initiative will produce no more experiments such as this. Measurable improvements have to be made. Otherwise, I will have to reevaluate the effectiveness of those in my purview. Oh, I see something glowing over here. Yep. All right. Cole Vaughn. Last week, Stanley was attacked on duty. He's one of the nice ones down here. Even feels bad for those things. Tries his best to sneak candy and toys to them between shifts. He thinks most of us don't notice, but we do. The soft-hearted idiot thought he could sneak food to Boxy after hours. Just walked right into the cell. Had it not been for a few other guards stationed nearby with tranquilizers, he wouldn't have made it out. I visited him in the infirmary the morning after it happened to see if he was all right. I always knew the guy was a bit of an airhead, but to walk into a cell like that, and with one of the big ones no less, it's just downright stupid. I asked him why. Why risk it? What's it to him? What does it matter? He was quiet for a little, like he was afraid to tell me. They're not just beasts, Cole, he finally said. They were more than that once. I asked him how he could believe that. Been watching, he said, paying attention to things, reports, eyeing some of the stuff the scientists pass between one another. After a while, I got him to keep that crazy talk to himself and made him promise not to snoop like that again. Told him to get some sleep. But ever since our talk, I haven't been able to get anything he said off my mind. It can't be true. I've seen what those things can do. I mean, they're 12 feet tall, for goodness sake. How can they be anything other than monsters? It's silly. It's stupid. And whatever Stanley's trying to say, he's wrong. Oh, here we go. Here's the tape.
This recklessness has to stop. The doctor has no regard for the safety of this facility or its staff.
Or the children in play care. I've tried to set boundaries with him. He doesn't listen to me.
He doesn't listen to any of us. Not really. Not anymore. And he's behind schedule. Playtime may have turned a corner financially, but that doesn't change the fact that his bigger bodies initiative is still a money hole.
The guy's gotta go, Lath.
And how do you suggest we do that?
This wouldn't be the first time we made someone disappear.
We can't kill him, Eddie.
Why not?
Because like it or not, we need him.
Eddie's right, though. Sawyer can't keep leading this project.
So we just ask him to step down? Take a demotion?
No, but
I'm not disagreeing. Huggy loose in the woods, that business with Catnap, the whole Stoll thing.
And half a dozen other incidents.
Right. And all of that pales in comparison to the theater incident.
I don't even want to talk about that.
So, we can't kill the son of a bitch, but we need to knock him out of the equation. What do we do?
There is one thing I can think of.
Cole Journal Entry number 3. Cole Vaughn. I couldn't get the thought out of my head, what Stanley was implying. I always believed they were homegrown, maybe animals or something, but not people. I mean, what about a giant toy with an appetite for men and women screams, "Yeah, I'm a person." Snooping around documents for the eggheads is a punishable offense, and if the rumors about punishments here are true, that means being careful is a must. But too many people have lost their lives to these things for the rest of us to be blind and accepting that we can keep them under control, and that we can trust Playtime at their word. I've looked into things a little bit. I know the guys that guard the archives room. They keep a tight ship, but in the right setting with the right type of mood, their lips get real loose. They let slip the process and code for getting in. While security feeds were down one night, I went in. Didn't get very far, but I grabbed a few personal profile documents. The were from one Dr. Harley Sawyer, not a name I recognize, but the observations mentioned people. I'll be investigating further, but I'm starting to worry that Stanley might have been onto something. Ooh. Cole Journal Entry number 4. Cole Vaughn. It happened again. The experiments broke free. I don't remember much. All the doors opened and I was pinned to the floor by something big. Everything went black. I woke up in one of the same cells the experiments were in. I could hear other guards next to me, above me. They were screaming, pleading. It reminded me of the experiments, the way they'd smash against the walls, baring their teeth and trying to act like they weren't afraid. It's funny that I haven't thought of home yet, locked in this cell. Honestly, I haven't thought of home in a long time. That was another life, another me. No, the only thought that comes to mind now is how inevitable this all was. They hurt us and we hurt them back. We hurt them and they hurt us back. Over years and years and countless incidents, this is the way it's been. Nobody cares to stop it. Nobody's innocent anymore. We made them, and they've made us. We've been prisoners to a cycle down here in the dark, and I don't think any of us deserve to see the light anymore. If you ever find these notes, please, whoever you are, never let another hell like this exist. Otherwise, it'll consume you and all your good intentions. If you ask me, all of us, we're in the deepest, darkest hole imaginable, right where we belong. Oh, there it is! Haha! Not that we were going to be able to hear it with this music. This music was loud as fuck.
So, Ms. Graver, have you considered what we talked about?
Yes, Mr. Pierre. I won't lie. I was at a loss for words at first. The information hit me pretty hard. I felt so badly. I still do. For the ones that go through the, testing.
You really care about them?
Yes. It hurts to see them hurt. I don't think there's any way around that feeling. But I did some soul searching and got to thinking about the bigger picture, about what your researchers wrote.
And?
Well, the work itself, what you've all been able to do, I mean, it's nothing short of a miracle. I know you have more goals to hit, but even as is, just wow. Do they know when it'll be fully ready?
We're still working out the timeline.
I see.
You know, the project lead, Dr. Sawyer, wasn't sure about giving you that information in the first place. He thinks your affection towards those kids could be a liability. What do you think about that?
I took this job because I wanted to help change kids' lives for the better. Of course, these procedures are far from ideal. I cried like a baby when I read them. But I started looking past the here and now. Started looking down the road a bit. And that's when it clicked. What your researchers can do down here will someday help a lot of people out there. Including so many kids. That's a bigger and better change than I could ever have hoped to make. That's a change I want to help make.
I knew you'd understand.
Another tape. There's the tape player.
Got another one over here.
Jeez. Hard to imagine how the company will duck all this under the rug.
Not our problem. 3 here. How many is that now?
58. So far.
Another one over here.
59.
Where's that investigator? Campbell?
Lockhart? Whatever his name is.
Poking around somewhere? Don't know. You ask me? The culprit's obvious. Just needs to be spelled out plain and clear for the bigwigs.
You think?
Yeah. Rotten eggs come from rotten chickens, you know? Can't get more rotten a chicken than him.
I don't know. Just seems too careless that a guy so smart wouldn't cover his ass. I mean, if the investigator finds evidence of this, being his fault.
Hope Foxy's still hungry.
Got another.
60.
Right. And are we just stopping the experiments back where they came from? Acting like all this didn't happen. All over the ice?
Because I guarantee it won't be so easy to
Just a new coat of paint over 60 visitors dead. Or the dozen reconstruction specialists who went swimming in the bellies of those things.
I'm sure that's taken care of already. But I hear there's plans. Something big. Somewhere to put them. With any luck, that means stuff like this, and people like him, will be a thing of the past.
There's more over here.
I thought something was sitting up there. Reconnaissance report, December 15th, 2004. Elevators? All shut, can't escape. Construction tunnels? Could lead on forever, easily lost inside. Probably has the same freezing traps that no man's land does. Can't do that to Dowie, he's all that keeps us safe. Doctor knew that when he had them planted. Cell blocks, north. The worst of the worst there. The doctor uses that. Nowhere for us there. East, guard station and barriers appear intact, strictly within the doctor's control, and rabbits are everywhere. Lost too many to them already. Northeast, doors on all sides are barricaded. All my usual tricks can't get me in. Feels off. West, skeletons and claw markings in all the cells. Seems people were kept here. After the hour. Can't let the littles see this. Northwest, too many bad memories. We need hope, not hopelessness. Barracks. Might run on its own emergency power. Security designed to kill us. Might be turned off. It's a choice between what we know will kill us and what might. For me, that's easy. Little choice, no path out, casualties high, only one place left. I hope we can live with it. My face, please. A cryptic letter. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Ayers, we can give him back to you. Your son Jack can live. Show this message to no one. 6 weeks from the time of receiving this letter, return to the Playtime Co. factory. Someone will be waiting for you there. A friend. It is this one.
Poppy? Are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
When you didn't answer, I mean, are you feeling okay?
I'm okay. Really,
Did the bad men hurt you?
there's nothing more they can do to hurt me.
I bet.
Nothing more than what they've already done.
Something's bothering you, Poppy. Something you need to talk about?
I don't need anything tonight. Ollie, I just want to sleep.
I think there's more to this. More that you're not telling me.
There's not.
I know what you're doing, Poppy. Talking like that. Don't think for a second that I believe it. Just tell me what you're feeling. Please, just talk to me honestly.
Talk? Talk? You want me to talk?
Yes,
And who's talking to, huh? Will talking to you make them stop?
no,
I'm scared, Ollie. Is that what you want to hear? I'm scared, and I'm angry, and I really don't know what to do. The bad men don't say what they want. They don't listen. They don't care how much anything hurts. It's been weeks and weeks of taking things out and putting them back in, and taking things out and putting them back in. Over and over and over. Nothing's ever gotten better, and it'll never get better. But you know what scares me more than anything, Ollie? It scares me that every time they do it, every time they peel me open, I feel it less. Less. I hate them. And I hate him. And I hate... I'm nothing now, Ollie. No one. I'm a thing. And nothing they can do to me hurts more than that.
you're not nothing to me. You're Poppy. And talking with you like this, I know it doesn't make any of what they do right. It can't. But it makes me feel like a piece of me is still here. No matter how small they try to make it. Next to all that, next to whatever they do, it means everything. I'm here, Poppy. For you, I'll always be here.
Project Overview. Safe Haven. Project Manager, Darwin Silva. Project Lead, Cyril Warrenbach. Project Goals. Create a reinforced, easily defensible central location for security staff, equipped with blast doors, defenses, and multiple emergency entrances and exits. Project Objectives. Design and implement an independent electrical network, including an on-site generator. Wire a series of high-voltage electrical coils into the network capable of deterring intruders. Install reinforced blast doors capable of withstanding external pressure greater than 50 psi. Construct 3 to 4 exterior pathways, each with reinforced doorways and failsafes. Secondarily, construct a discrete emergency elevator system capable of transporting key personnel from upper floors. Project timeline 10 to 12 months. potential limitations and setbacks, risk prioritization of overall prison construction needs further clarity, work site hazards, budget constraints. I have flares, does that count?
Long way down. So, this is what we have to work with.
Do you believe it's doable?
Sure, yeah. It's doable.
Good. Remember, our timetable here is tight. If there's anything you need from me, do not hesitate.
Actually, I've got something I want to talk to you about. It's important.
I'm listening.
My company. We've built a lot for you over the years, and believe me, we've always been accommodating. We just did the work you paid us to do.
And your point here is?
I don't like what I'm supposed to be building here. Look, the game station, whatever. It'll be fun for the kids. Underground production plants. Sure, maximize production. Makes a kind of sense. As much as any of this, I suppose. But this... What in the world would a toy company need with a prison? When my people were building Playcare, all Mr. Ludwig could talk about was how much good it could do. And all you needed was a look at the man to know he believed every word of it. I need to hear that this is still the same company. If we're going to make this thing for you, then I need that assurance. It's a game. Something for the kids. Anything. Mr. Ritterman?
Let me give you a bit of history, friend. In 1972, you signed a contract, a legally binding piece of paper that says whatever is asked of you, you do it. We asked. You did. In 1990, you signed another, a renewal. In it, had you bothered at all to read it, you'd have found a small clause. Any and all directives will be accomplished in the appropriate time and with appropriate compensation should the project be completed to satisfaction. Your name rests at the bottom of that document, and I remember because it was the ugliest bit of cursive I've ever seen. So now you do the work, because we've given you a directive.
Mr. Ritterman, we're near the...
Yes. Yes, we are. All of us are. On a ledge. Great things are coming. Great things that will someday make a lot of people very happy. But to do so, to make that dream real, we need this. Otherwise, there's a place where all fall together. I'm a businessman, Mr. Silver, and I don't like get angry. I get paid to see that things get done. And this, like everything else, will get done.
Subject 1322C Report. Counselor's Report. For all intent and purposes, Matthew Hallard is a dream child. He's thoughtful, kind, considerate, understanding, and while maybe not as intelligent as some of the other children, averaging only B to C level work in school, nor as physically gifted, he more than makes up for it in his charm and charisma. There's nobody down here who isn't fond of the boy. It's just a shame that he came to us already a boy of 15, well into his puberty. Most parents look for a child a lot younger. He understands. Though he rarely speaks on it, I know Matthew suffers from deep insecurities. I've read the reports on the accident that put him here. He blames himself for the family he couldn't save. I believe he's on the road to healing, but the way is long and nobody mourns the same. He's become something of a leader to the younger children, though, even reading them books late into the afternoon. We allow it, sorry. The Adventures of the Word Wizard is his favorite. They listen to him when he breaks up fights in the playhouse and hang on almost every word he says. And seeing him like this, assuming this role, I think it's what he needs. Should he age out, I might even request bringing him onto staff. Signature Claire Harper. He is a good candidate for 1322C should his personality mesh with the other two, but please be gentle if you pick him. He's a fine young man, and the future we're fighting for would be a waste if we sacrifice too many like him. Stella. Hey.
After a brief interruption, we've successfully extracted subject 1322, specifically 1322B from the Home Sweet Home. Before said interruption, I attempted to detail the subject's condition and overview the suitability of one Kevin Barnes in relation to Project Dowie. The neural abnormalities noted in Dr. Newman's report are detailed in connection to behavioral issues demonstrated within play care. Trouble getting along with others, aggressive and often confrontational social tendencies, and an otherwise combative nature clearly relay that Kevin is, put simply, a problem child. What friends he does have, he's reported to have attacked in moments of intense play. These tendencies raise concerns. The subject excels in all physical tests. Reflexes, reaction time, and mental fortitude all tested well above average in game station examinations. So, in spite of said concerns, in Dr. Sawyer's eyes, Kevin is ideal for the project. However, if his use in this particular experiment is to move forward, we need to ensure we're not creating a time bomb just as we've begun stabilizing the entire project. If we're to create an experiment that can fulfill multiple assigned roles, we can't allow any single consciousness to throw the others off. Even a simple misregulation of emotions means we have 900 pounds of dough that can shift however it pleases and can turn on even those it trusts, simply because it was overwhelmed by a stray feeling. Regardless, Sawyer's word is law. Subjects 1322A and C are to be gathered for processing first thing tomorrow morning. Thus, all we can do is plan our safeguards accordingly. Yes, that's all we can do.
But first, a note! Reconnaissance report, January 10th, 2005. Prototype's been finding ways past these traps. Don't know how. Have to keep changing the setups to keep him away. He was right outside the door last night, just staring and tapping at the wall. All I can think about since is that clanking of metal, those spidery legs, that face. We've double-checked every entrance, made sure this place is good and locked down. Still, who knows how long these defenses will last? We're completely surrounded now, all sides, even above and below. Nowhere left to run to, no place left to hide. End of the line. Is that not a note I can grab? Okay. Propaganda flyer. Poppy leads you to the grave. You fight not to survive, but to die. See where this has gotten you? It's not too late to change your mind. Join us and we will spare your lives. You have 24 hours. We will not make this offer again. All I know is that we're an ex-employee. I don't know who we are, but we're big enough that all of them know who we are. But none of them have used our name yet.
going on?
We were trying to bring supplies back up to the elevator, but we got jumped. Had to turn all the way back around. They took everything we had. Right after one of them picked my leg.
How is he, Doc?
Not too bad. He'll live.
See?
Keep it clean. Could get infected otherwise.
So, what do we do now?
For starters, you two stay here tonight. Let things settle down outside. I'll find more food for you to bring up to play care. When you're ready.
Thanks, Joey. Sorry we lost the supplies. It won't happen again.
The important thing is you're both okay. Aside from that bite, that is. Hey, Doc, let me grab...
Secondary lab instructions. Remember, follow all diagrams and anatomical guides during deconstruction. If it helps, just sing that old song to yourself for the order of operations. The one your parents taught you thinking you weren't smart enough to delineate the parts of your body. FYI, the foreman of the Misfit Pit asked for new meat. Whatever experiments can't be salvaged, keep it quiet and send them there. She can make use of them, however perverse it may be. Daisies. Oh wait, it's right here.
Oh, it looks like he's waking up.
So there's two doctors.
They didn't. Those backstabbing traitors.
Dr. Sawyer, can you hear me?
White? White, is that you? Who else is in there with you? You enjoy watching me rise like one of them? My head feels like it's split in two. This is wrong. You must have done something wrong.
Some disorientation is to be expected.
Who gave you the order? You spineless cowards. After all I've done for this project, for this company.
I gave the order, Sawyer.
Here. Of course it'd be you. You have no idea what kind of mistake you just made.
Really? From where I'm sitting, you're the one who keeps making mistakes that need fixing. We gave you so many opportunities to clean up your own messes, but you just couldn't do it, could you?
What? You think you can do better? Nobody else can do what I do. You need my knowledge, my intellect.
Why do you think
That's a
you're
nice
sitting
sweater
there
picker.
right now and not in Boxy's stomach? Let me tell you how this is gonna go, Sawyer. From now on, you're here to give the lab boys answers when they need them, and carry out procedures when and how we tell you to. That's it. You'll be an open book to us whenever we want. So fight, or give in, or whatever, because either way, we own the infrastructure you're wired into.
You'll die for this, Leaf. When I get my hands on you, you're a dead man!
His temper is a bad look for you, Harley.
Here's the other one, another one. Dr. White. This letter acts as acknowledgement of your new position as well as a restatement of your goals and expectations. As the head of the secondary laboratory, it will be your responsibility to maintain your staff and adhere to pre-established guidelines. You will present each week's findings in the primary laboratory during your pre-established executive viewing times. You will maintain the pre-established code of conduct regarding company secrets and ensure all under your purview adhere to the self-same codes. I believe if you've the mind your resume infers that you're sensing a trend here. You've now seen tragic examples of men who let ego bind them to the project's actual goals, who let perceived personal gain overwhelm good sense. You will be better than this, Dr. White. For now, the secondary lab's mission is as follows. Make something useful out of the experiments who won't cooperate. Rip them open again and again until you've salvaged something. Whatever knowledge you still require, you are to extract it from what remains of Dr. Sawyer. He will fight you, but it will do him no good. Everything he knows and thinks is only a matter of a button presses away. Good luck, and whatever else you may require, reach out to me personally. With regards, Eddie M. N. Ritterman. Wow, I didn't even get to this room the first time around.
Your suggestions?
To produce the results I'm after.
Have I made an error in allowing your survival?
Of course not. We just need more time to perfect the time.
Time is precisely what we do not have.
Then I suggest you find some more. That will give me labs access. At least with the two of us.
That is out of the question.
You will still want. Fine. But you have no staff. Virtually no test subjects. It's hardly ideal conditions. Even when this place was fully operational, we were beating our heads against this. You can't expect to do it on your own so quickly.
The situation necessitates it be done quickly.
I'm just giving you the facts. And the fact is, we need more time, or this isn't going to work. I can only be reactive up here.
Then of what use are you?
You know I'm still your best shot at cracking that secret. If I weren't, you would have already killed me. A sound observation.
Yes, you have made yourself useful. Provide me
More options.
I will try again.
Of course.
But
If you are stalling,
Or worse.
remember,
your usefulness.
Is the only reason you were not stripped for meat and spare parts.
Man, because I did that as a college student too. Harley, let me begin this with a bit of bluntness, as I know you appreciate not dancing around what needs to be done, or what needs to be said. Despite how much it pains me, I've decided to remove you from the Young Geniuses program. I didn't want it to turn out this way, Harley. I didn't want to hurt or discourage you. Yours is truly a brilliant mind, probably the most brilliant of anyone I've ever seen. Every day I've seen your drive, your determination, and your incessant need for progress. Working with you, it's been one of the most rewarding experiences of my entire life, but even so, I have to be honest with myself and with you. Because despite all that I see in you, despite all that you could be, there's one glaring flaw in you I can no longer make myself ignore your lack of humility. Scientific progress should always be to the benefit of humanity. Progress made simply for the sake of progress often winds up hurting us more than it helps. I've tried to temper that in you as I once had to temper it in myself, but it became clear to me that such intrusions on my part only incited your anger. You finally lashed out at me one evening and stormed out of the lab. Don't be soft, Elliot, you said. Progress doesn't care for how anyone feels about it. I knew immediately that you were wrong, but I wasn't sure what to do, what could shift your thinking. In agonizing over it, I was reminded of what ultimately changed me, of what gave me the perspective I needed. It was seeing the world and people again, bouncing back from rejection and hardship through connection. In thinking about those days, I'm reminded that rejection can sometimes be the best thing for us. It can remind us why our actions matter and who they're for. Ultimately, I believe it made me a better person, and I have to believe that doing this now will make you better too. So I challenge you to head for home, Harley, and to look at the people around you, to try for a new perspective, to better know why progress matters. One day, I hope you'll understand. Maybe you'll even thank me. But even still, I'm sorry. Your friend, Elliot Ludwig. Alright, that's kind of cute. The cat napping up there. An untitled poem. On felted feet and with bated breath, sleep draws ever near, over paths turning clear. But I am not afraid of death, for we have already met. Good job. There it is.
That you, kid?
Yeah. Yeah. It's me.
Don't lurk out there. It's weird. Just come on in. Being early isn't a crime. You know why I asked you here, right?
Why are we doing this dance again, boss?
Because you were reported. And all reports from my people come back to me. Look, I'm not here to place blame. Just tell me your side of this. So, what happened?
This guy, Rod, he works the line. One of those twitchy mooks with the side eye. And this guy, Rod, he saw me drop a box he and his boys filled. Kind of irked him. I think he was joking. That's probably how he meant it. But he dropped some line about me disappearing. Him and the other guys laughed. I was having a bad day, so I yelled at him a bit. About him, about the company, about everything, really.
And where were you when this happened?
The factory floor.
Oh, great.
Look, I don't mean to keep causing you trouble, Rich. You're good to me, to all of us. But the company isn't good to you, or to Rod, or me, or to anyone. Leaf says Playtime is better than ever, but profits aren't people. And the profit margins betray just how on edge everyone is. Hell, anywhere else, I'd have probably liked Rod. But because he said it like that, and with all the rumors, I just don't know if I can take it anymore. And it feels wrong that no one says anything as loud as they should.
Look, I get it. This company is far from angelic. Trust me, I know that. And you shouldn't ignore it. But there are smarter ways to go about what you did.
I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, no matter what the executives say, no matter the looks you get, just know that I've got your back, kid. Shipping is a family. We look out for each other. That's the way it is now. So don't fight, don't shout. Just come talk to me from now on, okay? I don't want another report on my desk like this one. I fight for you. All of you. And I'm in a position where I can do so.
Thanks, Rich. It's. It's good to know not everyone here is terrible to us.
Not everyone, kid. Not everyone.
Operator, I know this new posting is a weird one, but it's important to what's being built here. Remember, no talking about any of that. Think of it like a promotion. After all, it's you we're entrusting to be stationed here, with eventual additions of heating, air conditioning, working signal, and a few chairs. It might even feel downright cozy. You'll notice the station is equipped with a variety of compounds labeled A, B, and C. If those come into contact with one another and the red smoke, then you'd best make sure your cigarette breaks are somewhere else until the system flushes. Otherwise, your bit of relief might come at the cost of a few thousand lives. I've left more detailed instructions for you below. Also, I know we've had this conversation before, but it's important that you not rip forms in half simply because you deem half the note more useful than the other. I have to believe you're better than a barbarian monkey man and that you can show some appreciation for. There's the tape.
Sir, ma'am, I ask that you remain calm whenever you interact with the patient. He's only been awake a few days now. In many respects, he's still adjusting.
Is that him? Is that my boy?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
It's Jack.
Oh, George! That's our boy! Jackie!
Why does he look like that? What did you do to him?
Just stop! That's our son in there, our son!
Dear, look at him. That's not even human.
Let's just talk to him. You'll see. Let's just go in there and talk to him. Can we? Can we talk to him?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you certainly can. Go on in, whenever you're ready.
Jack? Jack, I want you to know. I'm so sorry. I've never forgiven myself for what happened. I've played it all back a million times in my head, and I know there had to be something I could have done. I could have reached just a little further. I could have noticed a little sooner. I could have. But we have you back now. That's what's important. We can...
Who are you?
Jack? Honey, it's me. It's Mommy.
Mommy?
Yes. Yes, it's Mommy and Daddy. You remember, don't you?
Leave me alone.
Hey, you'll be okay, I promise. Mommy's only here to talk.
No, I don't want to talk. Get out!
Susan, I think we should leave.
Jackie, I'm staying right here. I'm not leaving you. Not ever again. Do you hear me?
The gentle voices lie. I know what they do. They lie, and they poke, and they hurt. Susan, get away from me!
Jack? Mommy won't lie to you, Jackie. Mommy won't hurt you. I'd
Pizza?
never hurt you.
Hey, open this door! Oh, God. Susan! Please, open the door! Please!
I don't know.
It was awful. So awful. I didn't want... This wasn't what I thought we were gonna leave. Leave the factory. Not this. All those people. Prototype says we can't leave. Not now, not ever. I hate him. I hate him, and I hate this place, and I hate that he's right. He explained everything, and he's right. We can't leave. It's too risky. What they did to us, we can't ever let it happen to us or anyone ever again. Doesn't make me feel better about the bodies, though. What he was saying about them. I know there's not really another option. The toys will starve otherwise. They'll die. But it's still disgusting. I wish you were here, Dad. I could really use one of your talks right about now. You'd know what to say. When you were running this place, you always knew what to say. I miss you.
There's a hole. There's a hole in the bottom.
I'm not sure if this thingy is on, but I need to talk, and I can't talk about this with anyone else. For the past few months, the fighting's been bad. Real bad. I've seen a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't. It's been hard to keep my head straight. The others, they look to me to know what to do, to know where to go. For a long while, we had Poppy to tell us, go here, go there, do this. And it all made sense, too. Poppy was nice. I can't find Poppy anywhere. I don't know what happened or where she went. But it's scary here without her. Maybe she ran, just like I have. I'm here, outside the prison, in front of... I'd almost forgotten it was all here. And seeing this again, it's given me reason to think. I could make for the exit. It's all I'd wanted for the longest time. But there are others inside. Others that aren't like me. They're hungry and scared like I am, but they're not me. They can't go where I can. But they'd mean a lot to me. A lot more than I thought they did. And having seen what I have, knowing how they see me, how much they need me. I'm going back. I wanted to make this in case I ever doubt or forget that. Just play this and remember. Yeah. Yeah. That's all. See ya.
Hi, my name is Leif Pierre, and I'm the head of innovation here at Playtime Co. If you're seeing this, you must be very, very lost. Well, rest assured, friend, our state-of-the-art laboratory is just up ahead. Why don't you just go on inside and tap one of our scientists on the shoulder? Tell them you're lost. They'll be glad to help. All right, all right. Let's be honest. You're not supposed to be here. This is the single most high security, high clearance section of the whole factory. When someone finds you down here, you will be shot. And before you get any ideas, don't think you can just sneak away either. No, the second you put this tape in, it set off an alarm. So if anyone's home, they know exactly where you are. Pretty nifty, huh? Security is very important to us here. If I were you, I'd start running.